Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
What's up, everybody?
So what's going on, bro? How you doing?
Not bad, not bad. Hope everybody's doing well. I know it's been a little while, but
Yeah.
doing well over here.
So what news do we have today?
So we've got some pretty big stuff. I know it's been a while since we've talked about Godzilla stuff.
Yes.
And honestly, that's because there really hasn't been much Godzilla versus Kong stuff. Still waiting on the trailer. I still think that's probably going to come out in December.
Okay.
I am expecting the movie to get delayed again.
Oh.
Yeah, most likely from the May date that it has right now. But we will see. Whether it gets delayed or moved up, I don't know. The reason I say that is that Fast and Furious 9 moved a week after the movie comes out. So
isn't Black Widow in May also?
Black Widow is May 7th, but that wasn't really a big deal because
Right.
GVK was going to come out on the 21st.
And didn't they just move Wonder Woman is going to go to May or June?
I don't know if Wonder Woman's been moved completely yet. However,
Okay.
I know that there's some talk that it might go to streaming services.
Well, I heard they changed that today because that was the thing that Scott sent me.
Yeah.
But then they changed that today where they said it's going to be in the theaters May or June. There was something that came from comicbook.com.
It's very possible. However, we still have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that they were pretty gung ho about it possibly going to at least HBO Max. So
yeah, and also
we'll
with
see.
everything going on, nobody knows what's happening with the pandemic, and
right.
They just delayed Broadway till June now.
Yeah,
for reopening instead of like January or whatever it was. So, and movie theaters are not allowed to be reopened here, and things are starting to close again. So it's crazy, guys. So be safe.
Yeah, I'm assuming GVK is probably going to go. I'm going to say to either September or October next year.
Okay.
Well, it can't be October because that's when June comes out. So it might be a complete year delay and go to November possibly. But I don't know. It hasn't been delayed yet.
Right.
So who knows? But other than that, the other big story Godzilla related that came out a couple of days ago was that we've got a confirmed anime series coming to Netflix that is not related to the first anime movie series. It's a completely different thing. It's called Godzilla Singular Point.
Right.
Which the concept, it's not even really concept art. It's actual art of what Godzilla's, at least his head, is going to look like.
Right.
And it looks amazing. It looks like it's one of the best designs I've ever seen. And that's supposed to come out at least in Japan in April.
Right. Wow.
So that is going to be interesting. What the story is going to be about, we're not sure. However, it is not going to be a movie. It's going to be a series. So that's pretty interesting.
Now,
you can find the art on there.
Didn't they have a plan for their own movies for Godzilla and anime, and like they had their own world of Godzilla, something?
Yes. Yeah. Well, the anime thing is, we don't know if that's connected to it, but they definitely said that they were interested in doing more anime stuff, and here it is. And the one thing that I've been pointing out to a lot of people is that even with everything going on, the property is expanding much faster than it did in the past. Toho is very, it seems, committed to this idea that they've been sitting on this property for so long and not really doing much with it, that now that they've seen the popularity because of the Monsterverse, they're letting everybody and anybody, like, they come to them like, hey, we want to put Godzilla in this. Before they were like, no. Now it's like, yeah, hell yeah, do it.
Right.
Do whatever you want. So, they just opened up that giant zip line thing in Japan with Shin Gojira. There's a short Shin Gojira film coming out.
A short film?
There's some kind of short film coming out. There was, Godzilla showed up in that animation Kellyon movie where he was a big part of that.
Okay.
That was big. They're doing Godzilla Singular Point. Obviously, we have Godzilla versus Kong. Right. And then all the merchandise. I mean, you go down the aisle now, and it's covered in Godzilla stuff. Like it's ridiculous. It's crazy.
Wow.
But So yeah, I mean that it's not going anywhere. Anybody who's worried about Godzilla versus Kong potentially being the last film in the MonsterVerse, this isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
No,
So
that's good though. I mean, it's good that they secured their, like now we know like Godzilla is going to be everywhere for a
yeah,
while. So that I'm
yeah,
very happy about that actually.
yeah, that's good stuff.
So what besides Godzilla? Is still more Godzilla or no? There's
No, that's about it right now. I think the obviously the next thing we've got this singular point thing, which I think we're going to see more in November.
okay.
Keep an eye out, November 3rd. That's Godzilla Day.
No, what is it? What day?
November 3rd is
November.
Godzilla Day.
November 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, keep an eye out for that, and then of course, depending on what happens with the movie, whether it gets delayed or not, Godzilla versus Kong, the trailer. I was saying December, but now that Dune has been delayed to October,
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Now,
Yeah.
one thing I did want to say is that it's very possible that GVK potentially goes to the streaming service.
Oh.
If
Oh,
they don't want to delay it again, but I
Which
don't
streaming
know
service though?
It'd
HBO
be
Max.
HBO Max. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They need stuff
So-
anyway, though. They, So I mean, maybe they'll ask. They'll.
If they're willing to spend like as much money as they are with the Snyder Cut on HBO Max, I think
Yeah.
that they're probably willing to put Godzilla versus Kong on there.
Right.
But who knows?
Yeah.
I'd rather they do that than I get an article like tomorrow or something that says it's been delayed to like December of 2022.
Yeah, it's already now. I'm getting tired of. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like we've seen, say, with Wonder Woman, we've seen this trailer a million times, and it's like you're delaying it. Like it's almost like beyond a year because
Yeah.
they previewed it before it was supposed to come out originally. So and it's like, when is this stuff ever going to come out?
Yeah.
So
And I do want to make something clear too, because I've been seeing some of this in some like comment sections and stuff. GVK and all of these movies that are being delayed, they're not being delayed because they're bad movies. They're
right.
being delayed because of the situation at hand.
Yes.
That's the only reason. So anybody who thinks that like, oh, this must mean that Wonder Woman is a terrible movie or Godzilla versus Kong is going to be terrible.
No, it's not at all. Actually, every
Yeah.
single thing is delayed in existence.
Exactly. So it's not
Everything.
just Warner Brothers films too, So it's like, relax. It's going to be okay.
Wonder Woman was the
get there.
only thing that they had kept for Christmas that wasn't delayed, but every single movie, like even Black Widow moved, so Wonder Woman's going to move too. So like that's it. 2020 is done, and it's just now how much of 2021 is going to be done. That's the question, because again, while we are waiting for 2020 movies to come out in 2021, all the movies that are supposed to come out in 2021 has to get delayed also.
Exactly.
So this is just a big mess that even with the MCU, if everything is connected, they can't, like if one movie gets delayed, they all get delayed.
Yeah.
So I don't think people understand that. But
it's a big domino effect. It's a big domino effect of, when one company, you know what it was? I think everybody was waiting to see what No Time to Die did, because if that movie would have stuck to its guns, I guarantee you everybody would have stood where they were.
Well, look at Tenet. They were all waiting for the Tenet, and guess what?
Right.
It's considered, because if it doesn't clear 500 million to break even, it's considered a failure because they wasted all that money. And guess what? You can never make that money on like if in a limited release. Like it's impossible. Like
I think they're gonna. They're gonna do with that? I think they're gonna re-release it when everything gets back to normal.
I know, but even then, it's like, is that gonna work now? Because again, you know what I'm saying? It's like you lost your momentum. They should have
but I think
they're
gonna do it anyway.
They should have waited. Like Again, it's very scary because again, we don't know when these theaters are reopening. Go ahead.
Well, now of course, we also have an election coming up, and I guarantee you that the results of that election are going to dictate how bad this is right afterwards, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the wrong people, not that I'm going to say who's wrong or who's right, but the wrong people in office is going to make this drag out for another year. And already stuff was trying to put through today, I guess, or not today, yesterday, whatever it was, to make it where if you don't wear a mask, you get arrested. Like there's things going on right now that's really bad. So I'm very worried about the future, but we're gonna have to see what happens. It's out of our hands. I mean, we could vote who we want to vote for, but it's not just one vote. It's like, a lot of votes to who knows, really.
Yep.
And I don't really want to get into politics anymore. Like I'm done with the whole thing, and I try to stay away from that. But all right. So what's next? What else?
So there hasn't really been a lot of Star Wars stuff. I mean, we've got the Mandalorian.
I mean, that just lost its momentum too, right? I mean, now the star of the Mandalorian.
Yes.
He is no longer the Mandalorian. He's just the voice
he is.
now.
No,
he is.
He's still. Yes, that whole thing got cleared up.
It did.
Yes, it did.
How did that get cleared up?
They spoke with him. They all kind of had a meeting together, and apparently everything went okay.
Really?
So, yep.
But he did go over their head, though.
He went to Kathleen Kennedy because the main thing is that he wanted to have more of his face in the show. And obviously the creators of the show were like, no, that's not how the character works.
That's not how the character works, right? I know that. You're going to change the whole concept of the show.
Right.
That's not going to work.
Allegedly what happened was he went to Kathleen Kennedy, and then she went to them and was like, hey, you should let him do this. And they were like, no, we're not doing it. And then they had some sort of, meeting eventually, and everything seemed to be okay. At least that's what we've been told now.
But I thought she has no say over that.
She does, because she's the president of.
She has say over it.
Yeah, I mean, she has say over the whole Star Wars property if she wants, but that doesn't.
But I thought what's the name had say over the Mandalorian. I thought
Yeah, but the Mandalorian is a Star Wars property though.
Okay, but she said to change it, and they said no.
Right, they went. She could have been like, no, you have to do this.
Right, and they're like, no way.
I think that everybody else was kind of like, I don't think we really need to be doing what he wants to do, Right. So how this affects season 3, I don't know. I got to tell you, I'm excited for the season 2.
Okay.
But if they're trying to do what I think they're trying to do with this season, we might come out the end of this in a little bit of a mess.
What do you mean? Like, what are they trying to do?
So, I'm trying to figure out how to say this without potential.
Are they going to? Okay. Are they going to F up the Star Wars continuity? Like,
no, it's not the continuity that I'm worried about. It's I'll go into potential spoilers here. So if you guys don't want to know anything that's potentially most likely in season 2 of The Mandalorian and possibly beyond that,
okay.
Stop watching now.
Okay.
Right. If you're still here, I'm assuming you don't care or you want to know.
All right.
It's there are no arguments anymore that Ahsoka is in this season.
Okay.
What we've heard is that there may or may not be 1 or 2 episodes in this season where the Mandalorian is completely absent.
Wait,
like
what?
Din Djarin is not in them at all.
How could that be?
And they're focusing on another character who may or may not be getting their own season or series apart from the Mandalorian.
Oh my God.
Said character may or may not be Ahsoka. And from what I've heard, she is most likely not alone. In the fact that Ezra Bridger, the main character of Rebels, may be with her in this series. Now,
now here's the thing, though. It's called The Mandalorian.
Hold on. Wait. The reason I say that is there's an actor, I can't remember his name at the moment. I apologize. You could find this story online. It's something that everybody in Star Wars is talking about right now.
Okay.
He's been teasing that he's playing Ezra for weeks.
Okay.
The guy looks like an adult version of what Ezra would be. Like, almost spitting image of him. Again, this is live action, so,
Right.
He has not come out and said that he's playing Ezra, but everything that he said is pointing to the idea that he's playing Ezra. Now,
Okay.
here's the really interesting part. Ezra being alive means that it's a 90% chance that Thrawn is also alive.
Right.
And on top of that, the Darksaber obviously showed up at the end of The Mandalorian Season 1.
Right.
We've heard that Bo-Katan, the last owner of the Darksaber, is potentially in Season 2, along with Sabine Wren. And there have been rumors that Lucasfilm and Disney are in the process of casting the actor who will play the live-action Thrawn.
Okay.
If this is the case, this is probably who the villain of the Ahsoka series would be.
Okay.
What I'm worried about is that they're using The Mandalorian Season 2 as a vehicle
Right.
to launch this series.
Yes. Sounds like it.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about that?
I'm okay with Ahsoka and Ezra showing up for like one episode, but I don't think that they should just be by themselves. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, first of all, the season consists of how many episodes?
I heard this one's going to be 6 to 8 episodes.
And 2 of them has nothing to do with The Mandalorian?
Potentially.
That's bad, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
That's really bad. I mean, when they did that in The Walking Dead, where they started experiment in season 3 with Woodsbury and the governor, and you didn't have anything to do with Rick, I hated it. And then they started doing that where they had fillers without the main characters. I hated it. So, I mean, doing this in The Mandalorian, where the show's called about The Mandalorian and has nothing to do with Mandalorian for 2 episodes, that just bothers me to no end. But okay. All right.
So again, that's not confirmed, but that's just that's a rumor. I personally don't believe it.
Okay.
I don't believe it because I don't think that Favreau and Filoni are gonna look at this show and be like, "Listen, we hit gold in season 1.
Right.
Let's start trying to do it." Like, I have no doubt in my mind that Ahsoka is gonna show up in this show. I think it would be stupid of me to not believe it right now.
Right.
But I think she's going to be involved with Din Djarin somehow.
Right.
And point him in the direct. I think she's going to be the one to tell him to go to Ilum.
Okay.
If that snow planet that we see in the trailer is Ilum, I think she's the one who tells him to go there.
Do you feel that the show has become more about the child than The Mandalorian?
No.
Okay.
No. I think they knew what they were getting into going into the show. That's why season 1 had all those, moments with the child and stuff. I think they knew what they were getting into. How long the child is in the show, I personally don't think he's going to be there past season 3.
Really?
Yes.
That's surprising. Okay.
But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it goes the whole way, and then the series finale is him reuniting with his people. But they have to do something because the Razor Crest was in the Rise of Skywalker as part of that fleet.
Okay.
So that means somebody's piloting it.
Right.
So, who it is anybody's guess.
Okay. So we covered Mandalorian, and nothing else with Star Wars, right?
The only other thing with Star Wars was, the Obi-Wan show is starting to shoot in March.
Okay.
That's been confirmed, so that's good.
Is Darth Vader in that?
I heard that he might be, yes.
Okay.
I heard that Anakin might be in it too. As like a flashback or something.
Okay.
But so I'm okay with that.
Okay.
The other, the Cassian Andor series is still happening.
Oh God.
That has not been canceled. So
that's ridiculous.
Whatever.
Okay.
The other thing that I've heard, there's 2 other things that I've heard that one of them is actually good. The other thing is just really odd, but the good thing is apparently they are considering doing a solo sequel movie on Disney Plus.
They are.
Yes, they're considering it. So I would be okay with that. I like Thor,
Everybody
so I
is in
mean,
it?
if they do it, apparently so, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm okay with that. The weird thing that I heard was that apparently somebody in Lucasfilm is like gung ho and is convinced that they are going to do something with Darth Bane at some point in the next few years.
What do you mean? Like,
Apparently, they want to do a movie or a Disney Plus show, but they're like, we got to do something with Darth Bane because
why?
we got to do it. I have no idea.
Somebody
He would
big
not.
in Lucasfilm?
They said somebody back there is convinced that it's happening. That they're like, no, we're doing the Darth Bane thing. Like you could go to their office and be like, hey, you want to do Darth Revan? And they're like, no, we're doing Darth Bane.
Wow.
Like that gung ho about it.
Okay.
So I whatever you want. He's canon. He's already canon. So I mean, hey.
Now I can't wait to talk about this.
Yes.
With the MCU. WandaVision,
yes.
Spider-Man Homecoming 3, and Doctor Strange 2, very excited about the news about. Well, I was taken aback actually when I heard that Jamie Foxx was coming back as this MCU's version of Electro.
Right.
But here's the thing, like I've been hoping and praying for a Spider-Verse, a Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield type of thing. But now it's like, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it connected now to WandaVision?
So, from what I've read, and again, this is a potential spoiler for whatever this is going to be, but they kind of just let this go if this is true. Jamie Foxx is not only playing Electro in the MCU. This is apparently the Electro from The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
What?
And yeah, and Wanda is apparently the reason he comes into this universe.
So this is not the MCU's Electro.
This is the MCU's version of Electro because Electro doesn't exist in the MCU. He's been brought over from that other universe into this one.
Because of Wanda.
Because of Wanda, apparently.
So Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man chases after him?
No.
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 Oh.
Now, this is what I want to say about this, right? I have a feeling that this is not going to be what they go with. I feel like they're going to be like, no, Jamie Foxx just happens to be playing Electro again. Like, we cast him because he was good. This, to me, sounds like one of those things that they throw at the wall. They're like, well, what if it is the same Electro? And then they run with that idea for a little while, and then they eventually change it.
Oh.
However, just throwing this out there, it seems that Doctor Strange is becoming very important in the MCU as of late.
Well, they said something about him being the new mentor to...
Right.
Why, though? Why him?
Well, here's my thing, right? If he's going to be as integral to the MCU as he apparently is now,
right?
Obviously, something's going on with the dimensions and stuff, so it's not entirely impossible for these other characters to start showing up. We know that Sony and Marvel are a little bit on better terms now.
Yeah, a lot better terms. Stuff.
So maybe the idea of, hey, it's the same Electro is really not that crazy. As far as Doctor Strange being the new mentor, this was something that they started setting up in Infinity War.
Yeah, I know.
Like they started doing the whole, I don't think it was a mistake that Doctor Strange was specifically paired with Tony Stark and Peter Parker.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah.
I think they knew what they were doing, and I think that this is it paying off.
But from what I understand, they're filming Spider-Man 3 and Doctor Strange 2 back to back. Like, meaning possibly? They're directly connected. Like, in other words, the end of Spider-Man 3 leads right into Doctor Strange 2.
Why not?
So, in other words, it could be a situation where Spider-Man and Doctor Strange at the end of Spider-Man 3 go into another universe.
Potentially. I mean, I don't know. See, this is my thing, right? Like, if the whole story with Wanda bringing Electro over by accident is true, then it somewhat kind of makes sense, because you could have Doctor Strange show up in Homecoming 3 or whatever it's going to be called,
Right.
and he realizes that Electro is here because of Wanda.
Right.
And then we know for a fact that Wanda's a big part of Doctor Strange too.
But he has to also put him back.
Right. So maybe he's like, oh shit, this is Wanda that's doing this. I got to go stop her. And then that's what leads into Doctor Strange 2.
Now, here's the thing. If he goes to bring Electro back, like, what are the odds that we're going to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in this? Because, again, in Spider-Man 2, they mentioned Doctor Strange. In Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2, they mentioned that Doctor Strange exists in that universe. So what are the odds we're going to see multiple versions of Doctor Strange in other universes? Because, again, he does exist in Tobey Maguire's universe.
I think seeing Doctor Strange is probably like 95% possible at this point, because
not Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield. I mean, why wouldn't you have them though? Like, that's a thing. Like, everybody wants that.
Yeah, I think it's much more possible than it was in the past. Like, in the past, I was kind of like, this isn't happening, but like now they seem more open to it. So I don't think it's impossible. I personally, what I think is going to happen is that Electro is going to show up in this movie, and then they're going to set up a Sinister Six thing.
Right.
I think that's where they're going with this. I think
Sinister Six of the multiverse?
No, just of the MCU.
Okay.
For now, anyway. For now.
But there is no Electro in this universe.
Not created in the MCU, no.
And Jamie Foxx doesn't exist. Electro doesn't, like, the human doesn't exist, in the universe. MCU.
If they're going with this plan that Wanda brings him over, then no.
Okay.
If they decide to go with their own version, then yes, he will.
Now, would this potentially mean the exit of Tom Holland from the MCU if that was, because I know that's not anymore, I believe, but I mean, what's the situation?
I think they're going to re-up the deal.
They re-upped it. I think they did it already, but
yeah, because if he's making this much money for both of them, I can't see them being like, no more Spider-Man. Like,
is this beyond Doctor Strange 2? Because here's the thing, we also know that Loki of that new timeline,
right,
gets arrested by the, I guess, Time Variance Society, which governs time travel, and then we're hearing that King the Conqueror may be involved in that, but then we're also hearing that King the Conqueror is the villain of Ant-Man 3. So is the whole Phase 4, it is Phase 4, right? Yeah. Is the whole Phase 4 to do with the multiverse and time travel?
I think so. I think it's going to be heavy with that kind of element in it.
Now, would it be connected to Black Widow? Because here's the thing. I heard that she re-signed with the MCU. Like, in other words, multiple more movie appearances. Now, if she died, then that would mean it would be undone, no?
I honestly think that if we see Black Widow again, it's going to be like another universe Black Widow.
You really don't think? Wow.
I don't think they're gonna bring this one back, because I think they want the impact of her death to kind of still, have meaning.
Captain America just.
See, Captain America is different, because I think that, like, you could potentially just be like, okay, we went back in time and got him, and now that's okay.
Because I also heard that they're bringing Agent Carter from the past into the present.
Yes, I heard that too.
So how could that be if he was with her?
Got me.
It's very confusing. Yeah. I mean, is the old Captain America we see actually our Captain America?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, you can ask those questions.
Right.
Yeah. Basically, it's whatever they want. Like, if they want it to be our Captain America, they'll come up with a reason. Like, no, this is what happened. If they want it to be an alternate universe or a past Captain, they'll tell us.
Right.
Okay. My main I don't want to say concern, but my main question here is this phase going to be as effective as the other ones when now not only do you have to watch the movies, but you also have to watch everything apparently on Disney Plus without exception? Because now we have not just the movies, but you have to keep up with the series, and how much of that is going to affect the general audience's understanding of what's going on in the movies if they're not watching the shows. So they're
you're talking about She-Hulk, Moon Knight. Is that what you're talking about? WandaVision and Loki?
I'm talking about everything.
You have to watch that stuff to know what's happening.
You got to watch all that shit to understand what's going on now. They've said that like to a T. Like, you have to watch them. You know,
which
because
people are going to wind up doing that, though. They're going to wind up doing that.
See, this is the thing, though. Like, I think it's kind of ambitious of them to be like, everybody who goes to see the movie is going to watch this stuff. Because I got to tell you right now,
I don't think everybody's going to watch the streaming service.
Exactly. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't want any Marvel fans out there to get mad at me, but
I'm a Marvel fan. I'm not going to get mad at you, so go ahead.
I have absolutely no interest in WandaVision, She-Hulk, or Moon Knight.
Right.
Like, at all. And to be honest with you, I don't even care that much about the Winter Soldier Falcon show.
Right.
So.
Or Hawkeye. Potentially.
Or Hawkeye, honestly. Because we're never going to see Hawkeye again. Like, that's.
You don't think so?
Oh, God, no. Not after what they said about Jeremy Renner. Hell no. He's not going to be in anything ever again.
Oh, wow.
Now, Kate Bishop might. I'd be okay with that.
Oh, and they're making like he died in the beginning or something?
I think they're going to kill him off at the beginning of the first episode.
And he's not even going to be shown?
No.
Wow.
No. Now, I might watch some of them if I hear good things about them, but like I didn't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I didn't watch...
Yeah, I don't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
No, I didn't watch a lot of these things because honestly...
That's not even... I don't even think that's canon either. Like, that's...
Yeah,
that's
even if it is...
I know Billy's not, but...
Yeah.
Like, there's so much weird shit going on, and their whole thing of concept of time travel is completely fucking different than what was established in the movies anyway.
Right. So, I that's just me. Like, I have no interest in watching that stuff. So, like, if I go and see the movies, like, how much of this stuff am I going to be like, wait, what?
But see, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., they never made it that you had to watch Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. to know what's going on or anything else. Yeah. That technically is saying this is shit. Like, it's not connected. You know what I'm saying? Even Agent Carter wasn't connected to that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say before. I didn't watch it. Now, to your point, though, I think that a lot of people are going to watch them, and I think on that case, it's going to be fine. I personally don't think that they should put so much stuff in these things.
Let me here's the thing. You think that eventually things won't be as successful because people are going to be like, this is too much work to watch all this shit.
Yeah, I'll say this, right? If Wanda brings back Vision somehow.
Well, she is obviously
in WandaVision, right? Let's say she does
happening. Right.
And then people didn't watch that, and they go see a movie with Wanda, and then Vision shows up. They're like, "What the hell?
How the fuck is he alive?" Right.
Right. Then their friends are all like, "Well, you gotta watch WandaVision."
And they're like, "Oh, fuck that."
What exactly? What is the one that some people be like? "Oh, I gotta go watch that," but some people are gonna be like, "That's stupid. I shouldn't have to watch that to go watch the movie." And then we're in trouble. But I don't know. I have no reason to doubt Marvel at this point. They've been able to pull off things that nobody else has been able to do.
But they are trying to shoehorn in stuff that people may not even give a shit about.
Oh, yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but I don't give two shits about Shang-Chi. I don't care about the Eternals. And now
I agree.
You're forcing me to watch this shit that I really like. Honestly, I have no desire to watch the Eternals. The only reason I'm gonna watch the Eternals is because we fucking have to watch the Eternals to know what the fuck is happening. But I'm not really happy about it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm waiting for that to come out on Disney Plus. Like, I'm not going to see that in the theaters. I have no interest.
That's like homework. That's like, I don't. That's like going to your doctor visit that you really don't want to go to the doctor. I really don't. want to see that.
Shang-Chi, I'm interested in because I like martial arts movies.
Yeah,
so
but that was done at the time in the 70s when that was a thing.
Right.
When they had all these kung fu shit on TV. Now that's not even a thing anymore. So, you know, I don't know. I'm not. You there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. Shang-Chi and Eternals, no.
Eternals, I have no.
And I'm just worried they're gonna put more bullshit out there that we don't want to see, because I think the way they feel now is they feel what's the word? Is it infallible? Like they just feel that they could put any effing thing out and it will be a success.
Oh yeah.
And that's not the case, because like people like there's not an audience big enough. Okay, remember when we were talking about and Inhumans was part of the design?
Oh gosh.
And I said to you that the Inhumans movie, in my opinion, was 100% never going to happen.
I do remember that, yes.
And I said, as a comic book fan, they have never pushed the Inhumans to be big at all. So if they never did it in the actual well that they draw the knowledge from, how could they ever be popular in the thing? And I told you, I bet you anything that they will not. This will be the first movie of Marvel, I said, that will be canceled. Remember I told you that?
Yep.
And it happened. And what's even worse is that they put it on TV. And on TV, it bombed. They even put it in IMAX. And people laughed at them in IMAX. At the panel, they laughed at them. In fact, not only that, but Medusa, her whole thing is her hair, right? Because they didn't have the money for special effects. They made her shave her head the whole season, basically, where she didn't even have her ability. That's like, hey, we could do the Fantastic Four, but we don't have the money for Johnny Storm to be on fire, or the Thing to have rocks, or Mr. Fantastic to stretch, or the Invisible Woman to be invisible. So let's just do this. Like, it was terrible.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Okay.
No, I know. I agree. I think that they're taking a lot of risks with this next phase, but maybe this is the time to do it.
So I have a question about, because I'm really interested in this whole. You and I talked about this so many times. We had so many podcasts on the Everything Show on Batman versus Superman and Justice League and all this stuff.
Yeah.
You have a movie that was released that was kind of a hodgepodge mess. Now you're trying to go back in there. Now originally it was like, there's a Snyder. There never really was a Snyder cut because they're filming it. So they're making a Snyder cut, right?
There was never a completed Snyder cut. Not like these people were saying that they had something that they could just
There was nothing, right?
There were Snyder scenes, but there was never, like, you couldn't just be like, oh, here it is. Like, it was never like that.
So now you're making a completely different animal from
allegedly,
like, where I guess you could say that this would be canon now, and that won't be canon. The other Justice League, like,
I'll say it like this: if this is well received, it will be canon. If it's not well received, it'll be its own little thing.
And I've heard that they paid the actors to do, like, Ben Affleck be Batman in Batman movies, like, again, besides Pattinson, like,
so
from this
the Ben Affleck thing is not confirmed yet.
Okay.
The one that seems to have the most traction to it is that Henry Cavill's probably going to be Superman again.
Right.
Which is good. That's good news. That's
in a
very
Superman
good.
movie.
In a Man of Steel sequel, apparently.
Right.
So good.
And the
good,
Supergirl movie was canceled, I heard.
Here's the thing. There's a lot of stuff going on with DC right now, and I personally think, I could be wrong, but I personally think that They've hit the abort button on any kind of interconnected universe, and now they're just making movies just to make movies. Because and my main evidence of this is A, the Batman being in a completely separate universe right now.
Right.
B, they want to make Joker sequels.
Right.
And probably the biggest one, C, and this is going to blow a lot of people's minds if you don't know it. That Suicide Squad movie is not a sequel. That Suicide Squad movie is apparently its own thing.
A new universe?
Yes.
Not. Okay. Which universe?
Exactly.
Oh.
Now get this though, right? Not only is it a new universe, apparently.
Uh-oh.
But they recast people from the first movie to play their characters from the first movie in this movie. We've got Harley Quinn.
Is a new Harley Quinn?
No, it's Margot Robbie.
No, I know that. But I mean, it's Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn in Timeline 2.
This would be Timeline 3.
3.
Yes. Because allegedly that Harley Quinn movie may or may not be in a new continuity as well.
Oh.
Birds of Prey, I mean.
That's not connected to Suicide Squad.
It may or may not be.
Oh.
We haven't gotten a solid answer on that. I know that there's a lot of people who say that it is, but we can't say for sure.
Oh.
And not only that, but we've got, I think it's Jai Courtney is playing Captain Boomerang.
Yes, I heard that.
And Viola Davis is playing Amanda Waller.
Everybody is back, I heard, but Will Smith.
Yes. But it doesn't matter, apparently, because this is not a sequel to Suicide Squad.
Okay.
It's a new thing.
New timeline.
Yes.
I mean, that's a definite.
I don't want to say definite because you know how these things go with this company. But
all right, so let me just...
I think that they've foregone the idea of an interconnected universe, and they're just doing what they want to do now.
Okay, so Wonder Woman 1984.
Yes.
They said is not a sequel.
Exactly.
So Wonder Woman 1984 is another timeline?
To Patty Jenkins, apparently it is.
So in other words, in timeline 2, I guess, we'll just say, right? Right? It's safe to say 2 or 3. Well, whatever, okay. Yeah. Everything happens that happens to Wonder Woman in the first movie, and she loses him. And now this just happens, but in the original universe, it didn't happen.
Actually, I have to correct myself.
Okay.
I just looked this up.
Okay.
This is a little off topic, but apparently this is what the producers say. Harley Quinn and Birds of Prey is definitely not connected to Suicide Squad.
Oh.
So apparently that's in its own timeline as well. So this would wait. What?
Oh.
This Suicide Squad movie would be the Suicide Squad would be a completely another timeline. Yeah. Because I read here that they're intending this to be a soft reboot / standalone sequel to Suicide Squad, but it's in a different universe.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Oh.
3 times. Okay, so now we're gonna get a little more confused.
I don't know if we're moving on to something else, but I did want to say I wanted to throw this out there because I spoke to one of my friends about it, and when I talked to him about it, he was like, I don't know if they're doing that, but I'm going to throw this out there anyway because I think this is what's going on. Okay. I honestly do. I think they're trying to make Harley Quinn their de facto Deadpool. You know how Deadpool shows up in different timelines?
Yeah.
I think that's what they're trying to do with Harley Quinn.
But she's the same Harley Quinn?
Possibly. Yeah.
In different timelines? That she travels through different timelines? She knows this?
I don't know. I have no idea. But think about it like this: the Harley Quinn character has taken on a life of its own in pop culture, completely
she's
separate
beyond. She's beyond popular. Yeah.
Right. So would it be that weird
More
for them to be
popular in a
like,
sense.
exactly, like would it be that weird for them to be like, you know what, she's our version of Deadpool?
And they did say that I guess Deadpool will be coming from another universe, right? Maybe or just
Exactly.
some.
So it would not surprise me if in the future they're like, you know what, Harley Quinn is like Deadpool, except not immortal, of course, but you know.
And then we go to the Flash movie, which is probably the cause of all this, or no?
It would certainly be smart of them to say that that is the cause of all this, yes, because then we'd be able to be like, oh, okay,
I
that's
mean,
what's going on.
would they say that he screws up so bad that he actually creates these universes
It would be very smart of them to do
because
that.
they never existed before, and he just
Yeah,
screwed around, and it's just there was never a
yeah,
multiverse, and he just created one now.
it would be. I'll say this: it would be ingenious of them to do that because not only does that make the Flashpoint movie possibly the most important DC movie ever
In history,
but it
that
would
be the end game and Infinity War of the DC universe.
exactly,
like
but it would allow people to be like, oh, so that's why there's two versions of Justice League. Oh, that's why Harley Quinn is in
well,
all this shit.
I mean, here's another thing we heard, and you can tell me if it's confirmed or not. Christian Bale is signed.
It's not confirmed, but I definitely heard that.
And Michael Keaton is signed.
Yes.
So you're talking like 3 Batmans in a movie,
Allegedly.
which is like the Batverse instead of Spider-Verse, but in a Flash movie.
I'll tell you what. If all three of them show up in this Flash movie, then the Spider-Verse is confirmed.
Oh, like
I'll tell you that. It'll be confirmed the next day.
Yeah. 100,000,000%. And I think that's already happening.
Yeah.
Because Marvel had the idea first, I guess.
If it's already happening, then that's when they'll announce it. They'll
Marvel
like, oh, yeah,
already had the idea first. And they're like, oh, these guys are trying to do this shit. Screw that. Right. Yeah, exactly. If they didn't have the idea already, Tobey Maguire would have money on his desk.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Tobey Maguire would wake up and he would wake up in Kevin Feige's office and he'd be like, how did I get here? And Kevin Feige would be like, listen, we're doing this.
And if his back was broken, they would mysteriously have a doctor from God knows where that would actually cure him completely.
Yeah.
Just to make him make the movie. Right. It's called giving him a couple $1 million more.
He'd wake up next to Andrew Garfield and they'd be like, where are we? And then Tom Holland and Kevin Feige would walk in and be like, so, we're filming next week.
Right, and then Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith are like have the neuralizer too. Yeah, because it's still Sony also. Okay. Why not?
Yeah, you could see Agent K walking in Neuros and
right.
Okay, you did not quit being Spider-Man.
Right.
You hit your head on the way out.
Your back is fine, dude.
But you're back. Yeah.
Yeah. And there was this other weird news, right? Of all people to sign, the guy that was the Green Goblin in Spider-Man 2, like the son, the guy sucked. Dean, whatever, I just didn't like. Really? Why? That's not confirmed, right?
No, not yet. No.
He sucks. No, really? They would sign him? No. Kirsten Dunst, I could see. No.
So here's my thing, right?
If you're getting Kirsten Dunst, how can you not get Tobey Maguire? Like,
exactly, yeah. But I've actually seen that guy in other movies, and he's actually not bad.
He was good in was it called Chronicle? What was it? Was that?
I think Chronicle. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was great. That was a great movie. Yeah. But Green Goblin's son, no. Listen,
you know it would be great. You know it would be fantastic, right? If they do the Spider-Verse thing and Willem Dafoe shows up and he's like, "You're not my son," and he like kills him or something.
You know, even be better. Alfred Molina, right?
Yeah.
I loved him as Doc Ock. You imagine he comes back as Doc Ock?
You know what I really want though? Like this was a rumor that was around a little while ago, and I actually really want it to happen because I think this would be amazing. Somebody said that they were considering hiring Mark Hamill to be the MCU version of Doc Ock.
Doc Ock?
Yes.
You would like that?
I want that. You don't know how badly I want that to happen.
Really?
Because Mark Hamill could be a fantastic villain if they let him off the rails.
Really?
No joke. He would be like ridiculously.
But he was Hobgoblin in the animated series.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
He was the voice of the Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah.
I think was that
Dude,
before, that was before Joker, wasn't it?
I'm telling you, as big of a Spider-Man fan as you are, he would knock it out of the park for you.
You really think so?
I guarantee it.
Wow.
Guarantee it.
And me, I hold Doc Ock very high caliber.
I know. Listen,
Alfred
I know
Molina, like I might, if I actually saw him in person,
yeah,
I may bend down and kiss his shoes. Like, I mean, honestly.
Don't get me wrong. He is the gold standard for a lot of Spider-Man villains.
Unbelievable.
Honestly.
Like that.
But I think Mark Hamill would play a different obviously, he would bring something new to the table with it, and I think that he would kill it.
Just like J. Jonah Jameson is J.K. Simmons, always.
Oh yeah, you can't change that.
No.
No way.
No way. No way. Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr.
Yes.
Back in this movie, Spider-Man 3?
Somehow.
Pretty sure.
I don't think he's gonna come back to life, but like
he's the AI.
I think he's gonna be an AI. Yeah.
He's gonna be the AI, but it's really him though, not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's later on he'll have the body, but yeah.
I'm telling you, man,
I love
his
him.
brain is still alive because he looked right at Morgan at the end of Endgame, and I know not a lot of people caught that, and I'm like,
well, here's the thing too. Nobody really knows he is a Doctor Who fan.
Yeah.
He showed up at the Emmy with the sonic screwdriver, and that scene that they did was taken from Series 1 of Doctor Who, where Christopher Eccleston's hologram turned and looked at Rose Tyler.
Yep.
So, again, I don't care that they copy that because I love, you know what I'm saying? But absolutely, he's alive. Somehow. In some capacity. I think he planned ahead.
Yeah. It makes sense,
And transform is what?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at the moment.
But G.I. Joe, I guess prematurely, they have a video game that was supposed to be coinciding with Snake Eyes movie that's been delayed now.
Yeah.
Which is supposed to be a combined universe reboot with everything.
Something, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Star Trek. Did we cover Star Trek? No. Anything with Star Trek?
To be honest with you, I've only heard like that some of the actors want things. Yeah, some of them want things to happen, others don't.
I think it's a mess pretty much right now, Star Trek.
Yeah.
Pretty much a mess. What I heard was that the plan was for a whole new ship and a whole new crew led by Will Smith's captain, which would mean that the captain played by Will Smith will be Will Smith being Will Smith in Star Trek Starfleet.
Yeah.
Basically. Like wisecracking.
Whether that actually happens or not is,
up in the air. But we do have all these crazy series spin-offs. All right, so another thing I want to talk about. We know that Arrow is over, and they rebranded, I guess, the Arrowverse, the CW verse that nobody is okay with. Melissa Benoist had a child with Chris Wood, right? And she, I guess the ratings were dropping with Supergirl, so they're gonna end it. And they didn't even care, and they revealed, she's gonna be sent in the future at the end to be with her husband in real life, but they'll have a future together with the Legion of Superheroes and all that. So now we have a situation where Arrow's done, Supergirl's done. Pretty much this is going to be the end of this universe because, again, they never re-signed Grant Gustin as the Flash. yet because of this COVID thing, and all these other shows are narrowing down. So you think they're just going to replace all these shows with new superhero shows, or is this going to be the end of superhero shows on the CW?
I don't think it's going to be the end of it because they just recast for Batwoman, and
Yeah, that's for next year though. But like,
yeah, that's
I don't think that's
Stargirl.
gonna. I think that's going to be canceled anyway. But
I mean, possibly, but that Stargirl show I heard is very good, and a lot of people like that. So I think.
But that's a
gonna
different
continue.
universe anyway, though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still on CW, I think. So
yeah,
I mean,
so that could stay. But
yeah,
like the
I don't know about
Flash
Black Lightning. I don't know about that. I don't know
and
how
Flash
that
is
did.
getting up
Yeah.
in years now.
I don't
too.
think the Flash has very long to go. Maybe 1 or 2 more seasons, but that's
I think
about
that's
it.
done. So
I don't know. I mean, they could replace them with other heroes.
I mean, I think that's what's happening. I think from Stargirl they may spawn off a whole bunch of shows.
Yeah,
but
they've got that Superman and Lois show coming out too. So I mean,
which basically probably was the nail in the coffin for Supergirl anyway. I mean,
yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, so
you can't have 2 of the same stuff.
No. But you know what might be happening though, and this is very possible. Maybe they are trying to kill off these shows so that they can get everything on HBO Max.
And bring them back?
Or no, not bring them back, but make new things on HBO Max, because we just heard that they greenlit a Green Lantern series.
Yes, the Green Lantern thing, we heard that they were doing that for a little while now, right?
Yeah, but it's confirmed now though, and I'm pretty sure it's on HBO Max. So now that they have HBO Max, they might be looking at CW and being like, you know what, get that off there, and we're doing stuff on here.
Right.
Know?
Yeah.
Because they got that Batman show that's connected to the Batman on HBO Max, you know. So I mean,
and they got the Suicide Squad show
with
that's
Cena,
connected to right.
See what I'm saying? They might be able to just be like, no, we can control everything on HBO Max.
Yeah, because they're really trying to build this HBO Max thing to destroy everything else.
Right, exactly.
They're taking everything. Friends,
right.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, whatever they're doing, reboot or whatever. They got everything, just about. I mean, even Godzilla, they can put stuff on there. And Doctor Who, they have too. So...
Oh, do they really? Oh, that's right. They made that deal with HBO. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Long-ass deal that even with the rating shit, Doctor Who is protected well into, like, 2023.
I don't know if that's a good thing, though.
Yeah, I know. That's another thing entirely. That for our other cast, actually. Yeah. Which, you know, we recently had the Comic-Con panel, which was a damn disaster.
Yeah, what happened? I mean, I know that's Doctor Who, but, you know, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Should we do, you want to do Real Hooligans? I mean, we don't want everything. All right, let's go do Real Hooligans. All right. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye for now.